Welcome home. This is Audio EXP for the 5th of July, and the episode title is Important Deals. Imperial Media Productions won the RPG Publisher Spotlight this month. I need to tell them, and with a bit of luck, line up that interview for you. If you're on Geek Native's Discord, then feel free to suggest some questions I could ask. Thank you to our patrons who make running these interviews and who allow us to commission extra work possible. You guys can vote for the August Spotlight through the latest private link. And who could you be voting for? Good question. These month's candidates are American Carver, Alloyed, Symbolic City, Goat in the Wood Games, and Infinite Reimagine. It's Superhero Week at Geek Native, and that means a lot of superhero and comic book coverage. There is dramatic news coming up though in the vein of Superhero Week, but first let's just highlight some more traditional topics. For example, Marvel has killed off Thor. That's hardly dramatic at all. Well, I think the Thunder God has died previously, but this time he's been written out of Universe 616's lore entirely, and he's been reborn as immortal. I'm sure there are clever and well thought out plot plans coming soon. 2000 AD is bringing back a very rare creature, a Welsh superhero. Red Dragon will return to Rebellion's flagship series in September, with Judge Dredd scribe Rob Williams at the helm. This week, I even had time to write up a quick look at what's happening with the new DC TTRPGs. And if you weren't paying oddly close attention, then it's very hard to know they are even out there. Firstly, Cryptozoic, who have never yet published an RPG, will republish the legendary DC Heroes TTRPG, but they're waiting for sign-off for DC, well, for some of the supplements. And secondly, French company Monolith has been selling Batman Gotham City Chronicles from their website. I cannot find it anywhere else, and the TTRPG even had to share a Kickstarter with the board game, part 3 of the board game. So this week's big news starts at Diamond. I don't mean the Diamond that's just been sold to Ad Populum, and that's important because I don't think they should get any grief from what comes next. I mean the liquidators running the broken remains of the old Diamond comic distributors. That lot has seized control of the inventory of over 100 tabletop game publishers' goods that had been sitting in their warehouse. Now, this is all about publishers using Diamond as a distributor on consignment rather than selling games to Diamond to then resell to shops. I mean, if I send a letter in the post, it does not mean I have sold my letter to the Royal Mail. I've just given them permission and payment to move my letter. Well, why would Diamond do this? American law provides means for them to legally do it, sell whatever they have in their warehouses, and then use that money to pay off some of their debt. It's about liquidating what assets they have, that's why it's called liquidation, and reassigning that money to different debtors. And generally it's the little guys who get left out. Publishers like Goodman Games, Green Rainin, and even Paizo are caught up. As a result, you will not be able to find Starfinder or Pathfinder in shops for several months. It's not a competition to see who is in the most hot water as a result of this asset seizure, but if it were, then Diamond Entertainment would be winning. They have $1 million in goods locked away as a result of this, and the small company may now not be able to pay their staff. And frustratingly, the American court system appears to be in no hurry to speed things along. The case to decide whether Diamond can keep the stuff it has seized control of in its warehouses won't even get underway for nearly 2 weeks. it might be a disaster for Dynamite by then. The podcast is called Important Deals because there are some small acts that each of us can do that might help. You can still buy Diamond's digital comics. Diamond also has the Disney license and they have got a humble bundle running. This deal won't last very long because Diamond needs the money now, but if you are looking for Hercules, Darkwing Duck and Gargoyle stories, then this is your go-to deal. There's even some Lilo and Stitch content in there, which feels timely given the live action movie release. And so if you have little ones that can be trusted with an e-reader, then maybe the bundle would be good for them too. Humble also has one of the best TTRPG deals I have seen in a long time, perhaps ever, on its platform. It's called Roll Big or Go Home, and it's a mega bundle. There are superhero games there like Masks and Power Rangers, but also more traditional games like Green Ronin's Threefold, Cubicle 7's Doctor Who, Chaosium's Rune Quest, and Mongoose's Shield Maidens. Shield Maidens is a cyberpunk Viking game, and they're just not so common. We're speeding towards even more deals as it's nearly Amazon's Prime Day. This year, though, it won't be a single day or even a big heckin' 2-day Prime Day as we had in 2024. In 2025, it will be a big heckin' 4-day deal. Worryingly, cybersecurity experts and even Amazon themselves are sounding the alarm and reporting a dramatic spike in the number of attempts to use this event to steal money and personal information. I've written up some of the common cyber scams and the advice that the experts offer, including what to do if you think you have just fallen for a scam. The plan is, as we put together Prime Day mega threads next week, then here in Geek Native HQ, we can refer readers back to this article and do our bit to encourage people to be safe and wise. We've also started the first mega thread with anyone but Amazon. Hey, it's a tradition, and I like to be supporting everyone else as it helps keep the pressure on Amazon to be a little bit less evil and a little bit less of a monopoly. Well, maybe. Already in this anyone but Amazon thread, we have Pazio, who have their Founders Sale, Sideshow Collectibles, Free League doing a summer sale, and the Studio Ghibli Design Collection at Uniqlo Europe. Lastly, did I save any bundles for the outro? I did. Over at the Bundle of Holding, there's a deal on the Dark and Twisted Fairy Tales of Broken Tales. I backed that project on Kickstarter, and I didn't regret it. That's a wrap. Keep safe, buy a bundle only if you can afford it, and I'll see you next week.